All right, just bear with me for 1 second, folks. Larry redirected everybody to the upcoming stream where my wife is joining me for a drinking stream next week. Just need to very quickly put the proper pin in place. All right, Control V. Wrong. Redirect. Go here. Lol. Send that. And I need to pin that. Oh, and it's got the stupid reaction thing. So now I can't even pin my own message. Because why would I want to do that? Why? Move, damn it. There we go. Wait, not chat. The message. God, I'm so frazzled. That's alright. Replace the pin message. There we go. Okay. Think that should have worked. In the meantime, thank you to everyone that has come over from Larry's stream. Again, Larry, congratulations. 400k gives hope for the rest of us. So for anyone that is coming in new that has not actually seen what I do before, I give coverage to the legal news articles that don't get a lot of notoriety otherwise. For example, I covered the case of the police sniper that unfortunately unalived a 2-year-old girl. Bet you didn't really hear about that one. The other thing that we also cover is pretty much anything that's related to remotely related to news, is remotely related to law, just so we can have a bit of fun. And I've just realized as well that I've not got my chat open. Wait until you see this. We can all have a bit of fun with it. Need that to open. And I need that to move over there. So hopefully that's going to open the correct chat. Put that on live chat. That's fine. There we go. Oh yeah, don't forget the sex toy lawsuits. Bad Dragon, if you're not aware, have actually done a trademark infringement lawsuit because someone decided to copy their female adult toys, shall we say. We covered that about a week ago as well. So, all right, where are we? I just need to pop out the Rumble chat so that it's all there and it all appears on screen. There we go. Okay. I hope you get my box today. I doubt it, but we'll get there. So what I've basically done is I've scrambled madly because I was just planning on going onto Larry's stream just for the streaming for the morning. You may or may not see a 5-year-old pop her head in. For those of you that are new to the channel, that's just been happening lately. It's school holidays, so. Wait a second. Oh crap! I've put the wrong date for the stream for tomorrow anyway. Oops, need to fix that. Just gonna close that, move that along. All right. So, new car warranty's up. Yes, unfortunately, the warranty is just about to expire on the MG. We'll see. Unplanned are the best streams trying to catch. Still have 171 over there. Are you serious? Nintendo, first time here. Lovely. Glad we got some newbies in the house. I do love it. Just don't judge me too harshly. Like I said, I'm working on shit. And I did just stupidly close the other YouTube thing. Hang on, where are we? Well, the news page. And I need to open the news. Oh, it already picked it up. Lovely. All right. So, hasn't been too much that's really happened in the last, shall we say, 12 hours since I last streamed. Because I did do the unintentional, unexpected one last night. Because again, like Andy, I felt the need to rant and rave a little bit about the whole Lizzo situation, given that I was worried she was going to reverse her dump truck ass over somebody with how quickly she was backtracking from her I quit story. So I pulled up what news articles I can. We will talk about the Bruce Lehrmann defamation case. We'll talk about an update in some other things that I've got. But more importantly, what I want to start with is that apparently the US government's moving Bitcoin around. It's like some stuff that they've actually, what do you call it? Some Bitcoin that was civil asset forfeited, shall we say, is being moved around, and it's caused the price to tank in the last however long. So we'll get stuck into that, and we'll have look at a few other things too. In the meantime, I'm an Aussie, but today's the first time I've heard of you. Glad to be here. G'day from Sydney. Denise, welcome. Welcome. Just be aware, people, I don't hide away from the swear words. I don't really pull any punches, and I've recently learnt that I myself need to stop censoring. So I wouldn't use the buckle up. I will say strap in or strap on, depending on your preference, and let's get stuck into it. Welcome to Law News and Laughter. Yes, I absolutely did say that I wouldn't be censoring anything, so, just to prove we're live. Penis! Okay, so Bitcoin tests 65,000 as the US government moves 2.1 billion from Silk Road. If you're not aware of Silk Road, think dark web marketplace where things from anything from a kidney to a child could be sold. They're trying really hard to try and stamp that out. Doesn't really get very far, but I am interested to see exactly how they got a hold of this Bitcoin. Check out cute stuff on Discord. Tried something different with the AI. Now I'm concerned. I am not going to lie. Oh, also, for those of you that are not aware, up in the top... Oh, shit, I can't do it on this page. Right over there, you'll see the emblem with a little 0 below it. That is my fuck counter. That goes up every time I swear, and for every time that happens, a certain amount gets transferred to my daughter's swear jar. Wells Fargo's trying hard with crypto. That does not surprise me. Penis, that was a dick move? Yes. Just sent a good idea via DM. Might take you a minute. That's all right. The Bitcoin price is eyeing a possible breakout to the south of the 65,000 level as the market readies itself for a potential $2.1 billion sale of confiscated Silk Road Bitcoin tokens from the US government. This to me... Oh, hang on. The ding didn't go through. All right. Hang on. I shall fix the audio. Okay, fine. You know what? I'll play the ding just to keep you happy. There. I see two reasons why they would be looking to remove $2.1 billion worth of Bitcoin. A, to make money for the government, which is almost never a good thing because, fuck taxing. But you've also got to add to that, how do we make something that we cannot control worthless in somebody's eyes? I know. Take $2.1 billion worth of it and flood the market. There was no ding? What do you mean there was no ding? Oh, you mean no ding from the thing. Okay. That's according to a wallet associated with the US Department of Justice just moved 30,174 Bitcoin tokens to a Coinbase wallet. That's according to on-chain data presented by blockchain.com, which values the Bitcoin moved at just over $2.1 billion. Still have 110 in the wrong stream. Feed it over to today's stream. I can't. That's the problem that I have. Virginia. Police canine poked by gang member in prison. I did see that. Thank you very much for the super chat. What am I going to do here? Because you're right. I can't leave 110 people sitting over there. But I don't have the option to go live now either. All right, hang on. Give me a second. Nope, that's today's stream. I need the future stream because how do I fix this? No, there's 65 waiting over there. Oh, I know. I can change the thumbnail. Hang on. That I can do. All right, just very quickly, I'll just pick a random thumbnail. And you know what? I'll do this on stream so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. Text. Nope. Let's go with that one, maybe. No, I think that's better. There we go. And yes, I do just do random shit like this occasionally on stream when I have to. You're in the wrong stream. Check the pinned drop that to what? 80. There we go. That'll do. Just very quickly, just very slapdash. Put that together. Oh, and I misspelled wrong. That's how. No, I don't want to save it. I need to add. Wrong. There we go. All right. Share. Download. Download. Change. Move that across. This surprisingly is not that different to a regular stream. Okay. So now I need YouTube Studio, video, live, edit, change the thumbnail. Shit, where did that download to? Oh, come on. Open folder. Oh, it's in in-stream assets. Okay, that's fine. I can sort that out. Change. In-stream assets. Uploading. And saved. All right. Literally nothing else I can do. Literally. So. Oh, where'd the Bitcoin thing go? Shit. Oh, there it is. Okay. Hopefully that helps everyone else know. Gosney's rating as well? Oh, no shit. Oh, tell me he's not rating the other stream, please. Oh, what a day for it. Oh, well. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. All right. Okay. According to on-chain data, the US court finalized the forfeiture of 69,370 Bitcoin tokens confiscated from the dark web Silk Road last December. Traders will now be monitoring for any potential rise in sell pressure on Coinbase's Bitcoin spot market. If the US government did embark on a fire sale of its own on Silk Road Bitcoin, it could heavily pressure Bitcoin. Oh, thank God, Gosney rated the right one. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate it. Oh, lovely. Thank you so much. Traders will now be monitoring for any potential risk. If the US government did embark on a fire sale, it could heavily pressure Bitcoin. Others, like crypto influencer Marty Party, theorized that the Department of Justice could be moving its Silk Road Bitcoin to Coinbase for custody. I can see them liquidating the Bitcoin at a time that is most beneficial to them. For example, when the American dollar is driven down, or when it would be of most benefit for them to drive down the price and all of a sudden Bitcoin millionaires become thousandaires. It's literally a case of, on the one hand, them holding that does drive up the price, but knowing that it's sitting there, I think, is sort of like a sword of Damocles. It's just, it's hanging over people's heads, and it's going to, it probably won't increase volatility. If anything, it's going to drive the price down, knowing that the government controls $2.1 billion of this. Because tell me this, would you buy shares in a company knowing full well that there is a government entity out there that could sell $2.1 billion worth of the stocks and drive the price down at any time? You'd be insane. You would absolutely be insane to do that. Yes, welcome Raiders. Now, I don't generally get to the point where I say hit the like button, but for those of you that are new, there were a lot of people that commented that they'd never heard of me. There's a good reason for that. About 6 months ago, I was stupid enough to use the YouTube promotions, which is basically, it's effectively an ad where they push out your stream to any number of people across the platform. Because I picked Asia at the time, because, you know, they didn't have an Oceania thing, it promoted a particular video to a whole bunch of people in India, Pakistan, and basically, you know, without trying to come across as overly racist, because there's a little bit of racism there, I don't really care about that, by advertising that particular stream to a whole bunch of call center enthusiasts, I got a whole bunch of drive-by subs. As a result, I gained like 6 or 7,000 subs in a matter of a couple of weeks. Trouble is, my videos, when they get pushed out to those people, no engagement. So the channel's effectively tanked. I do this for fun now. If and when I'm able to gain enough subscribers to avoid that, that'll be great. The channel will probably explode. But at some point it'll be, but that's probably why you haven't heard of me. Is just I don't get promoted. It is what it is. All right. Diddy the like button. Oh, yeah, don't let me forget that as well. For those of you that want to know my style of humor, last night I told the first Epstein joke. I may or may not have a second one. But this, if you're unable to survive this particular joke, you'll know this isn't really the channel you want to be on. They found Epstein's journal. The last entry is about 12 years old. Moving on. Expectations that the Fed will soon start cutting interest rates has been an important tailwind for Bitcoin this year. US stocks are sharply lower since the start of the week, while US yields and the US dollar are up following strong US manufacturing activity on Monday that is being interpreted as pushing back on the timeline of expected Fed cuts. Bitcoin's latest price dip has caused some alarm amongst technicians, given that it may have snapped a mid-term uptrend. Technical analysis suggests a strong likelihood of a near-term test of the 60,000 area, where there is decent support. Oh good, I'm glad a few of you got that and you were happy with it. Not only no, but hell no! Fair enough. A breakdown of the 60,000 then opens a door to drop all the way back to the low 52,000s. This is the next major support zone. If the US government began a fire sale on the Silk Road Bitcoin, these levels could be quickly tested. But whether the Bitcoin price would dip this aggressively back from the recent heights near the 74,000 remains to be seen. 20 to 30% of retracements during a Bitcoin bull market haven't historically been uncommon, but the Bitcoin market is much more mature now than it was back in 2020 to 2021. Maybe that's because a whole bunch of people had nothing to do but sit in front of the computer and educate themselves on things that are not government-controlled currencies. I mean, don't get me wrong, as soon as a central banking digital currency comes in, we're just going to get shoved down our throats, people. We know this. Australia's the petri dish. They're already pushing for Australia to be cashless by the end of 2025. 2030, we'll see. Speaking of which, Aussies, I hope you did your job and went and pulled some cash out of the ATMs yesterday in protest. I sure as shit did. And yes, the ADHD is strong in this one. Bitcoin market's much more mature. Spot Bitcoin EFTs are here, and another halving is less than 3 weeks away. Aggressive dip buying amid the bullish themes is to be expected. While continued consolidation ahead of halving is likely, risks remain tilted towards Bitcoin hitting $100,000 later this year. We can only hope, because as Bitcoin goes up, it drags everything else up, and I'm not going to lie. I threw $1,000 into a certain meme coin. I would love for that thing to take off. But yeah. I don't know that we'll have dog butt cam today, Jason, but super chats are not in any way mandatory, but appreciated. Don't forget dog butt cam. Yes, ordinarily, people, what would happen is if I did get $50 worth of super chats or memberships, a second camera appears. Much like Jeff and Legal Vices, except mine is called the Labracadabrador cam. Because she's a fat Labrador and she's beautiful. But anyway, look, I'm digressing. The reason that this is so important, as I said, is this to me is a massive red flag. And the fact that the government was able to obtain $2.1 billion worth of crypto out of civil forfeiture is a little distressing, shall we say. Now, is this one going to get read out, or do I need to do it? I can't remember if this is the old alert box or the new one. One of the alert boxes reads the chats. The other one I have to. No, I'm pretty sure that'll be me. Aussie, American crocodile teeth, Aussie beaver. No, as I said, so for those of you that don't know the story, I went for I left the country for the hang on. I'm going to do this properly. For those of you that don't know the story of Aussie Overlaw'd, I am an Australian attorney. I live in Melbourne. I like to talk about weird ass stories, bring you the cases that you don't normally see, and I generally just don't shut up while bringing you a little bit of legal know how. Thankfully, UK, America, Australia, we all are based on the common law system. So, things aren't all really all that different. To the point where I regularly comment on trial streams, where I regularly comment on legal issues from pretty much all of the countries. But the reason for the hat is that after meeting a whole bunch of people that were within the LawTube space, and I use that with reticence, I decided to leave Australia for the first time, and I flew to Houston last year in August to attend Matsuri. While I was there, Jeff, Legal Vices, decided it'd be a good idea to drag me along to go to his mothership, Miller Hats, where he picks up all of his hats. Now, the main reason I went was because of this hat, which I thought, yeah, okay, I could really use it for my outfit. I was going as sort of like Irwin Dundee style. And so I had the Steve Irwin stuff, the shirt, the pants, the boots, I was going to wear the leather vest. It came in while I was away, which really annoyed me. But basically, we went to this store, and I walk in, and the guy goes, yeah, just so you know, that hat takes 2 weeks. And beyond that, it was like, well, yeah, okay, I can deal with it. So I start looking around for the rest of the hats, pick up the first one, and it says, imported from Australia. Of course it is, because it was a gorgeous-looking Akubra hat. I was still expecting it to be American-made. And the guy says to me, you know what? I'm working on 2 of these at the moment. I've got 2 previous orders. Provided one of those fits you, you can take it. So I was like, yeah, okay, fine. No, I did not forget the Stingray. I deliberately did not take the Stingray. Next year, maybe. We'll see. Last year for Halloween, I dressed it up in it, and I took the Loki crocodile with me while we were doing trick or treating. So anyway, he pulls them out, and lo and behold, one of them actually fit, and I was just like, sold. But anyway, so this hat, which is a replica from the movie, is completely made out of beaver felt. It's got American crocodile teeth because you can't use Australian crocodile teeth for that sort of thing because they're technically on the endangered list, I think. And it's actually got Texas rattlesnake on it. So I love this hat. I wear this hat very frequently, and I couldn't really have can't use doggo cam. Jeff has that one trademarked now. Yeah, pretty much, which is, labracadabrador. But no, so like I said, pretty much news stories, funny stuff. Like to the point where I'm actually getting all sorts of stuff involved in this, and I'm trying to just make it look a little bit more presentable and to be entertaining. Hence the hype train over here, the stuff here, the chat that drops down here. I don't know why I'm explaining myself. You're either gonna be here for the stories or you're not. But g'day, how you doing? It's Dog Ass Cam. This is true. It is a very awesome hat. Hang on, what was that? Yes, but our gun laws are Californian. Did I miss something? Room looks cool. Thank you. Yes. When I get the opportunity to, I also do the odd gaming stream. I do modeling. I do all sorts of stuff. So, I do have, various models and that sort of thing. My law techs are actually there as well. I am actually an attorney, but you're sending me a fluff story. Excellent. Appreciate it, Burberries. But anyway, let's get back to. I just picked the random funny stories that I could put in the 5 minutes. So, let's do this. Woman gets 15 months in prison for naked rampage and a public pleasure session. Wasn't expecting to do Kinky Corner today, but hey. Where in Oz am I? I am in Melbourne. I am an attorney here in Melbourne in the western suburbs. Alright. A Florida woman has begun serving a prison sentence for a recent naked rampage at a convenience store that included we're still on the... What? I've still got to hold a poll as to what... Okay, that may have been poor phrasing. She was self-pleasuring? That she conducted in front of police. She self-pleasured in front of police. She was hoping for the handcuffs, probably. Celia Barrett, 35, pled guilty earlier this month to a variety of criminal charges stemming from her unclothed antics at a racetrack convenience store in late January. And of course, the 5-year-old has decided now would be a good time to hang on. You're still in your PJs. You know the rule. You're not allowed to be on camera in PJs. Do you want me to show pictures? Do you want me to show the pictures? Stop there. Hand them to me. Then go and put some regular clothes on. Nope, you're absolutely not coming on camera. It's a very cute nightie. No. Scarlett. You haven't even cleaned your face. Are you serious right now? Oh, hang on. At least let me get a wipe for your face. No. You know what? It's a unicorn t-shirt. It doesn't actually look too bad. You want to show your pictures? Okay. And yes, the little one does occasionally accompany me. Now that she's currently on school holidays, but now that it's out there and we've done the family trips and that sort of thing, she's sort of allowed to appear, just not as frequently as she wants to. So, hang on, I'll put you on the big camera and then you can show everybody your drawing, okay? Beautiful. Good job. Oh, you didn't colour this one in again. Are you leaving that one for me to do again? Okay. Okay. Oh, and you've just decided to make yourself comfortable in here as well.
Actually, I'm making these for when it's
Friday. You're giving them to Daddy because you're going to go into work with Mummy, so that we can.
No, I'm giving them to Mummy's friends.
Oh, you're going to give those to Mummy's friends, are you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good job. Okay, can you go out now? I've got to finish talking about someone that was not doing something very nice. You're going to be a pain, aren't you? No, I'm not going to make her cry today about the singing. But I'm also not going to let her sing either. Not while I've got new faces in the chat. No. Daddy's got a whole bunch of people here that are new, okay? So I kind of don't need this to be an absolute nightmare of a stream. Okay, maybe if we at least talk about something that isn't stop that.
No, I'm just playing with you.
Yes, I know you're playing with my hat. Look, suspected space junk crashed through a Florida man's home and almost hit his son. Oh no.
Oh no, it almost hit the sun. When was that?
This was yesterday, April 3rd. Oh wait, no, it's April 4th today, so it'll be April 3rd for America. So this was pretty much today. Oh, don't fake it. Come on. I know when you're faking, okay? Don't be silly. The National Aeronautics and Space Administration, also known as NASA, is investigating what appears to be trash from the International Space Station that came crashing down into a Florida home last month. Why are you being like this? Why are you doing this? You know, she brings the happy back to the chat. Yeah, look, I get that. But there's a reason that we're giving her her own channel. At some point. Huh?
I want to be a doctor.
Good girl.
No, a pet doctor.
Does she know it's a bitsy spider? No, she's terrified of spiders. We don't sing about the spiders, do we?
It's a sticky spider.
Oh, you do know it. You do know it. I figured you would have been afraid of it.
And the spitty spider came up the water spout again. I only know how.
You only know part of it. Is this an April Fool's article? No, apparently not, which is terrifying.
And the spitty spider came up the water spout again.
Okay, that's enough of that.
The end.
How'd it go?
Love that.
can you please go and finish watching a movie? I know this was unexpected. I know this was not intended, but I'm still trying to work here.
Love heart for you because on the other day I'm gonna go to Mummy's work. Love heart.
Yes, which is why there won't be a show tomorrow evening, because Daddy has to go bush. He's going regional, so there'll probably be a there'll probably be a show in the morning. There won't be an evening show. Have you tried the freeze-dried candies yet? No, we've got. So also that is something for the chat as well. We have an American importer here that brings a whole bunch of food and candy and stuff in, and we take trips there and we sort of record them so that you guys can let us know what's good to eat and what's not.
Daddy.
You're supposed to put your hand on Daddy's arm and let me know that you want to talk when I'm trying to finish up.
Daddy.
Yes, Buggles.
I want the stick that has all the square candy in it.
The Starburst. I think you ate them all.
No, you told me to.
Oh, they're still in your lunchbox. That's where they are. How about you go and get those, and then you can sit and eat them, okay? And Daddy can get back to doing what he does best. What that? Had a lawyer based in Williamstown, but he ended up on holidays in Port Phillip. Oh, really? No shit. There you go. There are no itsy bitsy spiders in Australia. No, there are not. Okay, where did I get to? Alejandro Aterio said he wasn't home when the nearly 2-pounder object tore through the roof and both floors of his 2-story home in Naples, but home security footage captured the sound of the crash. He was on vacation when his son called and told him about the startling surprise. It was a tremendous sound. It almost hit my son. He was 2 rooms over and heard it all. Wait. Almost hit your son and he's 2 rooms over? Wait until she left to post that. Now that's an awesome father. I remember being young and in a night in front of my parents' friends. Fortunately, my brother let them know. Oh, Jesus. Sorry to hear that. What, you couldn't find it?
No, it wasn't in my lunchbox.
Well, I mean, if it wasn't in your lunchbox, then I'm not 100% sure where it would be, sweetheart. You might just have to keep looking. Either that, or go and eat any of the numerous Easter eggs you have. And take the dog with you, please. Go. There we go. Okay, sorry about that, people. They grow up too fast? Yes, they do. Unfortunately. I'm confused. He was almost hit, and yet he was 2 rooms over when it hit. Like, that's a little bit out of it for me. How long was it? Was it a long holiday? Apparently. Ontario rushed home from his trip and found what happened to be a man-made cylinder-shaped object on the floor of his home. Isn't that one of the ones where they like, isn't that how they dispose of the trash? They put it into a canister and just like eject it? Or I thought they were supposed to bring those back on the rockets. Damn it, where is the where's the rocket expert when you need him? Don't be sorry for being a dad. The trouble is, and as bad as it sounds, it doesn't fit with the tone of the show usually. I mean, we're on school holidays at the moment. Ordinarily, she'd be at school right now, because as someone just asked, what time is it? It has just gone 10 to 1 in the afternoon. One of the perks of running your own law firm is you can pick and choose your hours. So, you know, I get to do this and then work into the late hours of the night and then stream again. So, how fast was the thing falling? Presumably terminal velocity for the item? I got no idea. Whatever you burned created in this burn, it melted the metal all over this direction, he said. Ontario believes that the mysterious object came from space. Well, yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. Even shared photos of the space junk on X, formerly known as Twitter, which is one of my biggest pet peeves, saying that he's waiting to hear back from the responsible agencies to resolve the costs of damage to his home. 2 rooms is not very far in an astronomical perspective. That is true, but at the same time, when you condense everything down and you're less than, like, I suppose, I don't know. A little bit of fresh air when the stories are heavy, though. That is true. It could be a frozen turd. Wait. That makes it look big. How big did they say it was? 2-pound object. Well, I suppose 2 pounds traveling at a excessive velocity. It went through 2 floors. So... Oh. Okay. Looks like one of those pieces missed Fort Myers and landed in my house in Naples, tore through the roof and went through 2 floors, almost hit my son, he wrote. On Wednesday, NASA confirmed to the news agency that they collected an item in a cooperation with the homeowner and will analyze the object at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida to determine its possible origin. I'm going to laugh so hard if it's like something off of a regular plane that was flying overhead and it just happened to, I don't know, reach and just hit. Maybe it's a massive coincidence that it went through 2 floors. I don't know. Is space junk known as an act of God for home insurance? No, I don't believe it would be, actually. Chat box is cool. Cheers. That's a new addition, actually. So that, as well as like the hype train and all that sort of stuff, I only really did that in the last couple of days. So, but okay, wrong button again. I'm still working out the kinks on some of these buttons. I will be perfectly honest. There we go. That's what I wanted. It was blue ice. Well, I mean, it's sort of... I don't know if you can legitimately think that. I mean... I don't know. I legitimately just don't know. If you're gonna... But, I mean, what a way to go out, though. Written on your tombstone. Crushed by falling space shit. Space turd. What if it landed in the toilet? That'd be good. That would actually be entertaining. NASA collected the item in cooperation with the homeowner and will analyze it to determine its origin. More information will be available once the analysis is complete. However, according to Ares Technica, sorry, the US Space Command recorded re-entry of a piece of space debris from the space station on March 8 at around the same time that the home camera captured the crash. Regardless of where the trash came from, he said that the experience scared the whole family. Maybe I killed the fun. Oh, sorry. Hang on. Happy? Not a bad way to go if imminent. True. Regardless of where the trash came from, the experience scared the whole family. I was shaking complete disbelief. What are the chances of something landing on my house with such force to cause so much damage? I'm super grateful that nobody got hurt. Well, I mean, I think they did that in an episode of 911, didn't they? Where, like, a woman's laying, or a guy's laying on the couch and, like, they get punctured by a meteorite or something and it goes clean through them. So, did I forget the ding? I forgot the ding. Okay, now she's out of the room. I can go back to this one and finish this. Okay, so, Florida woman began serving a prison sentence for the recent naked rampage at a convenience store that included a self-pleasuring session conducted in front of police, because... Why not? Is this woman like former stripper or something? Former porn star? Don't know, don't care. She pled guilty earlier this month to a variety of criminal charges stemming from her unclothed antics at a racetrack convenience store in late January. Barrett was sentenced to 15 months in state prison after copping to aggravated assault. What are you doing back in here? You're going to sit behind me while I talk about a woman self-pleasuring herself? Even I can't do that. That would make me a very bad dad. Can you go outside? Can you go out to the lounge room for 2 minutes while I finish this? Also, are those the freeze-dried marshmallow, the freeze-dried watermelon sharks? She got into the bag from USA Foods. You want the sharks? Thank you. I wanted a freeze-dried shark. Yeah, I know they're hard because they're freeze-dried.
Yeah, but how will I
Oh, crap, that is hard.
How will I eat them? Daddy, can we put some water on them?
No, you can't put water on them. That's not what they're designed for. You're not going to like it anyway. It's sour. Here.
I like sour things.
Here, just have a taste. Tell me if you're actually going to eat it or not. Is that a thumbs up? Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Sent you a more safe for work story. Appreciate it. Covered the other one, Florida, New Jersey. I vaguely think I know about that. Just 2 minis, okay? Just while I finish talking about this. Even I'm not that bad. Barrett was sentenced to 15 months in state prison after copping to aggravated assault, a felony, 4 misdemeanors, including exposure of sexual organs and disorderly intoxication. I'm going to try and rush through this really quickly. Following her sentencing, she was transferred on March 20 from the Pinellas County Jail to the custody of the Florida Department of Corrections. Al? AI? Al? Something? Alleged by police, a drunken Barrett... Oh, for God's sakes. It is alleged by police that a drunken Barrett threatened workers at the racetrack in St. Petersburg with a sharp-edged vegetable peeler and destroyed merchandise. Yes, because if I'm going to break in, I'm always going to use a vegetable peeler as my weapon of choice. Also, the defendant, prior to being taken into custody again, began self-pleasuring in front of deputies while still inside the store. You know how twisted it is that with all the things that we've covered, my mind immediately went to, was she using the other end of the vegetable peeler? Oh, you mean the one from the one on the beach? Yes, we did cover that. That actually had a sad story. That's the one where the woman was arrested for pleasuring herself on a beach in Florida. She was later found to have self-yeeted in Minecraft. So, since you're associated, you see what Dragon's Treasure tweeted about mindset. I DM'd it to you. Stingy, are you really trying to get me in some sort of drama war right now? Do I want to know? Hang on. I mean, I was going to Twitter anyway, so that I could do the... Alright, so... X... I'm still getting used to having one of the screens as a vertical screen as well. Doesn't quite fit. Alright, so I will open that, because that's Burberry's and her safe for work ones, which I appreciate. And Stingy has sent me... What? Why? Wait, what? Justice for T-Man. What's going on? Stingy trying to pull Aussie into drama. It seems like it. What the hell is this? I mean, it looks like they're not warring, but something else has happened. And, of course, I'm dumb enough to bring that up with my messages open. Hang on. Because on this screen, it doesn't show that my messages are open. On this screen, it does. Thankfully, I wasn't showing anything, because that's just stingy. Yes, I did just say that, stingy. Okay, so what the hell is this about? My statement on legal mindset and what happened at Anime Matsuri in 2022. I met Legal Mindset in person at Anime Matsuri in August 2022. During that time, I gave him some tea and he complimented me on how jacked I looked. T-Man is ridiculously jacked. I mean, the dude could fill out a Saiyan suit, like from Dragon Ball Z, and look legitimate. Excuse me. During that time, I gave him some tea and he complimented me on how jacked I looked. After the compliment, I thought that something would come from interaction, but it never did. Never once tried to take advantage of me, get me drunk at a bar or anything. Made me feel like I wasn't pretty, like I wasn't wanted, like I wasn't worth trying to groom and take advantage of. I've suffered from self-esteem issues and PTSD ever since that day. I don't wish any ill will on Legal Mindset, but I hope Twitter cancels him and takes away everything that he has going for him lately. Imagine not taking advantage of you, especially at an anime convention. Just deplorable behavior. That's funny. See, I know both of these guys. That's funny. Like, that's... I'm trying to gather what the context for this is. Like, there's no way that either he or Andrew are watching this right now, so I wouldn't be able to reach out to either of them. But what the fuck? Oh, no. Anyway, thank you for that, Stingy. Okay, what's this? Did you know ants are self-aware or that giraffes can do mental math? A new book documents the little-known brilliance of animal intelligence that may surprise you. This one's brought to us by the brilliant mind of Burberries, our resident... I'm doing this for a specific reason because I'm trying to remember what the... implants! She works with surgical implants, so... somehow it's related to Nick. Oh, no. Really? Just wanted some bam bam into ham ham. Okay. Most people have a short list of animals they consider intelligent. Chimpanzees, dolphins, whales, maybe dogs if you're a dog person, maybe cats if you're not. But a new book exploring the latest from the biological sciences and paired with vivid wildlife photography might have you reaching for a pen to expand the list. Apparently giraffes can do math. Dolphins have developed and used currency. Well, dolphins are also grapey, so... Sorry, I missed what you said about me. That's fine. Doesn't matter. You don't need to know what I said. It's all good. What is this? Hilarious posters are bound to stop everyone in their tracks. Oh, it's, okay. So that's just funny images. That's fine. Okay, that's how you know the family's a little too close. Ultra-close triplets, 27-year-olds who share bras, sleep together, and even speak their own secret language, admit that they never want to date because they fear love. I assume it means love's going to interfere with them. It's referencing the Kick Vic stuff. Nick didn't do anything. Okay. Alright. That's fine. If this was going to set something off, I was going to kick Stingy's ass. Came out Australia shoppers lose it over Charlotte Tilbury makeup dupes that are better than the real thing. I highly doubt that. Major change to Woolworths and Coles coming. You know, it doesn't matter. It does not matter in the slightest. Because what I will do is go over the Lehrmann case. So for anyone that doesn't know, and nor would you really care, Bruce Lehrmann was a parliamentary staffer in, hang on, Bruce Lehrmann was a parliamentary staffer. Basically, think of like an aide. Everyone remember how a couple of weeks ago there was someone that was getting railed on Congress floor? Think that type of person, but not quite so... No, you know what? In my opinion, maybe along the same level. He was accused of raping another parliamentary staffer, Brittany Higgins. I kept mum about this. I didn't talk about the case or anything like that because when I reached out to the court to be able to stream it, I was told in no uncertain terms that media coverage outside of traditional media and restreaming the trial in any way, shape, or form is banned. They referred me to the court rules, and they specifically said that I could not do anything in relation to that trial. There was legitimately a court order from the federal court that was issued because another streamer decided to be a good idea to ignore that and stream it anyway. So I kind of got roped into that court order. With what's going on now, I feel that it is distant enough that I can comment on another news article about it. That the case still hasn't been settled? No, the case has not been settled. The case came to a point where the judge had heard all of the information, all of the evidence, all that sort of stuff, and they were about to go into deliberation. And then a 90-odd page affidavit was dropped by a television producer. For those of you that were around when we did it, I sat and did a review of the Spotlight episode where they interviewed him, talked all about the case and all that sort of stuff. As it turns out, allegedly, the moron provided classified internal documents from the police department from the criminal case that was dropped against him to the news outlet for that interview. Literally handed over confidential, basically the prosecutor brief, their file. Parts of that, he stood in the news outlet's photocopy room, photocopying documents out of that to give to them. Little bit of a no-no when the police decide it's a good idea not to go after you because the main witness is suffering mental health issues. So out of that, we got 2 different defamation trials. Well, actually, technically we got 3, but one of them was dropped. Because despite the fact that the criminal cases were dropped, Lisa Wilkinson, a holier-than-thou news anchor, think Rachel Maddow but with hair. She basically decided it'd be a good idea to allege that he was a rapist and to outwardly call him a rapist in an interview that she did with the alleged victim. So he sued for defamation. And it looked like for the longest time he was going to get away with it. And it got to the point where the case was coming to an end. And then 2 days ago, a 92-page affidavit with documents exhibited that should not have been in their possession came to light. And so now the case has been reopened. And we're going to talk about that. If it's in the press, it's fair dinkum. Fuck that. The reason that I go over news articles is so that I can point out the bias, so that I can point out the legal issues, and give you guys a little bit of an insight into exactly why you shouldn't be trusting what's going on in the media. As I said, Outback Steakhouse is to Australia what media is to the truth. Just enough authenticity that those that don't pay attention are fooled by it. So, let's have a look at this one, okay? I need to press this button. Channel 10 WID's bid to present fresh evidence in the Lehrmann defamation case. Justice Michael Lee has reopened the high-profile case to allow fresh evidence from former Seven producer Taylor Auerbach, I should say. New criminal charges against whom this time? I wouldn't care to hazard a guess just at the second, Jason. I mean, if he's provided... What's alleged is that he provided documents to Channel 7 during that interview in breach of a court undertaking, in breach of a court order. I don't like the odds of him getting away out of this scot-free. Hang on 1 second, I'm just going to I just want to see whether or not I can transform the horizontal. No, that was Media Looper. I did not mean to flip Media Looper. I want my camera, main camera. Because it's annoying me that every time I look over at the screen, I'm looking the wrong way. Okay, so we're just going to have to get used to that. But look, I'm looking at the right way now. Excellent. Now you want to bloom an onion? Sorry about that. Justice Michael Lee has reopened the high-profile case to allow fresh evidence from a Seven producer. Justice Michael Lee will allow Channel 10 to present additional evidence in its defense of the defamation case brought by Bruce Lehrmann, delaying the judgment until next week. The case will be reopened and the evidence of a new witness, former Seven producer Taylor Auerbach, which will be tested on Thursday, today, the day the judgment was supposed to have been handed down. Lehrmann is suing Channel 10 and its presenter Lisa Wilkinson for defamation over an interview with Brittany Higgins on the project in which she alleged she was raped in Parliament House in 2019. So, again, imagine an aide to Congress or someone working under the president, something like that, allegedly graping another person working in the Oval Office, effectively. Because they weren't just in Parliament. These were people that were working under government ministers quite close to the Prime Minister. So it's like, I don't know, Secretary of Defense's secretary getting graped by Secretary of Education, if that's a thing, I don't know if it is, one of their secretaries. It was a big deal. Like, this is probably one of the biggest cases that we've had in a long time, aside from the Ben Roberts-Smith stuff and the war crimes, which I am going to have a little bit more of a look at down the track as well. Lee asked 10's barrister Matt Collins, King's Counsel, why the fresh evidence was material relevant to the pending judgment. Collins said that the evidence goes back to Lehrmann's credibility and to whether or not he abused the court process, which may affect the amount of the damages. The federal court heard that Lehrmann may have leaked confidential material that he received in his Australian Capital Territory criminal trial to the Seven Network Spotlight program, potentially in breach of an undertaking not to do so. In the criminal trial in 2022, Lehrmann pled not guilty to one charge of sexual intercourse without consent, denying that any sexual activity occurred. Do the ladies in Oz have anything similar to The View? Unfortunately, we have The View. We get a lot of American daytime TV on our daytime shows. So, yeah, there's that. Oh, hang on. Sorry, just had an email come through. I was just double checking that it wasn't something that was important. Collins said the evidence goes to the credibility of federal court. In the criminal trial, he pled not guilty. In December of that year, prosecutors dropped charges against him for the alleged rape of Higgins, saying that a retrial would pose an unacceptable risk to her health. Yes, this was the gift that kept giving. His original criminal trial had to be abandoned after a smart-ass juror decided it would be a good idea to take independent research into the deliberation room. The only reason that got caught is because she dropped her bag and the documents spilled out in front of a bailiff. Good job! Like...
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
And then the second one, during the second criminal trial, they've been through probably half of it, and she goes missing. The alleged victim was supposed to have been ready to testify, and she just up and disappeared. They found her walking alone in the rain in the middle of the Capital Territory, and it was decided that she was not mentally fit to continue through the trial, so the charges were dropped against him. And then at some point last year, a second case came against him from another person alleging sexual misconduct from him. Not saying there's a pattern, but where there's smoke. But she lied, if I remember. Oh yeah, it was a shitstorm from both sides. Collins told the court during an 11th hour hearing on Tuesday that Lehrmann may have breached the undertaking to keep material not previously made public confidential. In the lead up to his defamation trial and after the criminal proceedings had terminated, Lehrmann chose to go on national TV, which was the Spotlight interview that we watched. He told a series of falsehoods to a national audience on Spotlight. It is, in our submission, the definition of an abusive process. Utilizing the court in order to get discovery, in order to provide documents to make yourself look good on national TV. Yeah, I can see how that might be seen as an abusive process. He told a series of falsehoods. The material that had not been previously in the public domain was broadcast on 7, and it was material that was contained within the e-brief, the Australian Federal Police's e-brief. And it was material that had not been tendered in the course of the ACT Supreme Court proceeding. So basically a whole bunch of documents that were confidential that had been obtained by the police in the course of investigating whether or not he had raped somebody, and he handed them over to the news so that he could do they could do a better job at their puff piece about him to make him look good. The material included hundreds of pages of deeply personal text messages between Higgins and her then boyfriend. Collins said that the producer's affidavit outlines how Seven was able to obtain the material used in 2 Spotlight interviews, including Higgins' text messages, Parliament House security video, and audio from a meeting between Higgins, Wilkinson, and the project's producer, Angus Lilwyn. Sue Chrysanthenu... Hey, look, I was able to pronounce her name right for once. Senior counsel for Wilkinson said Lehrmann had not been entirely honest about the financial benefits that he received from Seven, which included free rent. In exchange for giving that interview, Channel 7 agreed to pay his rent for a year. Yes, he doxed. But it wasn't really just about the doxing. It was about the leaking of the confidential documents as well, which is technically a crime. Good luck with that one, Bruce. It's complicated. It's been a complicated set of financial affairs, she said, but it appears to, if accepted, demonstrate that neither Network 7, who were required to respond to subpoenas... Ooh, there was a subpoena in relation to the documents. I forgot about that. Nor Lehrmann had been entirely honest about the financial benefits that Lehrmann received. Matthew Richardson, senior counsel for Lehrmann, argued that the new evidence was trivial and it was not worth reopening the case for. That's swinging for the fences. A 92-page affidavit proving that your client lied in court about the documents that were provided and about how exactly they were going to be used. Oh, we have a Nick Starrow raid. Thanks, Nick. I'm not so sure that can necessarily be considered trivial. Richardson said additional financial benefits received by Lehrmann from Seven were 3 weeks' rent amounting to $12,000 on top of the $104,000 that was already disclosed. You're seriously trying to argue that the only thing that came out of that was that there were financial benefits. You don't think that the disclosure of confidential documents from a court case to an independent third party is worth opening the case for, given it's a defamation trial where you're trying to say that they defamed you by implying that you were a rapist? Good luck with that. The court heard Lehrmann may have given instructions to his legal team that may have not been truthful under cross-examination in the defamation trial last year. Lehrmann said that he gave Seven an interview only despite his exclusive contract saying he was required to give the network all relevant documents. The 11th hour bid to reopen the case came after 3 legal teams had already made their final submissions last month. Collins for Channel 10, Chris Anthony for Wilkinson, and Steve Wybrow for Lehrmann. When 10 received additional information about the dealings with the network's Spotlight program, Network 10's lawyers applied for an urgent interlocutory hearing on Easter Sunday. I was using the term broadly to be inclusive of the documents. Fair enough. When 10 received it, Orbach, who was cross-examined about the alleged use of the Channel 7 credit card to book the former Liberal staffer a $1,000 Thai masseuse. Yeah, it wasn't just about the rent. Apparently there was a $400 stake, there was about $12,000 worth of massages, and a whole bunch of other stuff that Seven gave him in exchange for that. I'd say that's a reasonable motive for him to hand over documents that he's not technically supposed to. And I say technically in a very, very loose term. There's a specific rule that says any documents used in discovery cannot be used for any other purpose, including other litigation. Joe will talk forever, White Rush. No worries. I've probably only got another 25 in me anyway, and then I'll send everyone across there too. Lehrmann rejected the claim, telling News Corp, "It's an untrue and bizarre story from a disgruntled ex-Network 7 producer. Network 7 has only ever covered reasonable travel costs for filming and accommodation, and yet there's financial records that say otherwise." The court heard in December that under the exclusive agreement, the network would have access to all relevant documents, but Lehrmann denied giving them any documents. Really? So how did they have them in their possession? If you didn't give them to them, I'm pretty sure that the Australian Capital Territory Police aren't going to hand over the documents. So how did they get them, Bruce? How are you going to explain that one away? Wait, what? Rumble's killing my stream? Oh, God. Oh, well. Orbach has issued defamation proceedings against Lehrmann after the former Liberal staffer made the statements, which his lawyer said were false and conveyed a defamatory imputation. The court heard in December that under the exclusive agreement, the network would have access to all documents. Court heard on Tuesday that 7 Network was subpoenaed to provide all documents used in the Spotlight program, but produced nothing. That's the big thing there. Produced nothing. When you say massage, what are we talking about here? Swedish, deep tissue. I would say happy ending, love you, long time. Because Bruce doesn't strike me as the type of guy that could, pull a date. Just saying, in my own personal opinion. At the trial, attended by almost every day by Lehrmann and Wilkinson, who sat at opposite ends of the courtroom, the applicant... Well, that's generally what happens. Who sat at opposite ends of the courtroom. Yeah, plaintiffs on one side of the courtroom, defendants are generally on the other. Who wrote this? The applicant denied raping Higgins or having any sexual relations with her at all. Lehrmann has consistently maintained his innocence. Now, the other article that was on this that I wanted to look at... Actually, I think it might have even been the Daily Mail one. Hang on, where are we? Sorry for the typing. Oh, okay, this is the update. So here's the Guardian's article on the update. So let's go with that. Because this was updated 26 minutes ago. Defamation trial live updates. Beggars belief. Lehrmann and Spotlight only communicated once in months before the interview, say 10's lawyers. Yeah, I call bullshit. Beggars belief there was only one communication between Lehrmann and Spotlight in the run-up to the interview, the court's been told. 10 Silk. Oh, Jacob's Proud Marjorie dropping a $10 super chat. Appreciate that. Thank you. There we go. So good to see you. Hope you and the family are doing good. Not only that, we're doing brilliantly. I think. I mean, the wife's still a little bit under the weather. She'll be on stream next Friday. I do need to change that. But thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it. What they think, taking turns on each other's lap in court? Apparently. 10 Silk, Dr. Matthew Collins, King's Counsel, has told the federal court it beggars belief that there is only one communication between Lehrmann and the Spotlight program over a 6-month period in the run-up to the broadcast of his exclusive interview. What? What? That interview was almost 2 hours long, contained a whole bunch of video that was taken on. You cannot tell me, even in the slightest, that anyone is actually going to believe that. No, not a chance in hell. What we've heard so far today and what to expect this afternoon. The federal court heard this morning that Network 7 has produced a single communication between Bruce Lehrmann and the Spotlight program in the 7 months leading up to the exclusive interview. 10 Silk Matt Collins said it beggars belief that there is only one communication. Justice Michael Lee, who on Tuesday ordered 7 to produce all relevant communications. Oh, no, that's not going to work. Oh, look, it's working.
Hayden, so good to see you. I hope you and your family are doing good. 2 hearts, 2 hearts, 2 hearts.
Thank you very much for that. Appreciate it. And yes, guys, I do have voice to text on the super chat. So as long as you leave certain words out, you can pretty well say and do what you want. Just don't get the channel yeeted. All right, 10 Silk Matt Collins said it beggars belief. Tuesday ordered them to, where are we? Produce all relevant communications between the network and its source. Said he will revisit the question with counsel for the network later in the hearing. The court also heard from Taylor Auerbach's solicitor, Rebecca Giles, that her client alleges he had been subjected to sustained bullying and anti-Semitism over a significant period when he worked with the senior producer for Spotlight. He said in his affidavit, Sky terminated his employment due to the recent publicity about the case. Giles has been asked to produce documents related to the relationship between 7 and the former employee as soon as possible because Auerbach is scheduled to be cross-examined at 2:15 p.m. Good Channel 7 found in contempt. Justice Lee has taken 7 to task for the fact that they have produced a large number of documents to the court today that were not produced prior to the commencement of the trial in response to subpoenas from Network 10. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. This is what happens when a news organization tries to bury documents. That's going to be a problem. That's going to be problematic. When Seven's lawyers said that they weren't proposing to provide an explanation for why the information was not provided originally, he pushed them, insisted that someone from the network provide a sworn affidavit with an explanation. Ooh! His Honor is going to take them to task. The lawyer was literally going to say they weren't going to provide an explanation. The judge says no. Someone is going to be legally responsible for explaining to me why the subpoena was not complied with. Some poor bastard on the lowest rung of the totem pole that was involved in this is going to get their head rolled. They're going to have to be the one to provide the affidavit, and they're going to be the one that cops the contempt charges. Poor bastard, because it's not going to be a scalp of any meaning. It's going to be some low rung producer. Lee said he would wait to see what was in the affidavit before determining if non-compliance had occurred. Okay, I get that you're being thorough, Your Honor, but how is there any argument that non-compliance didn't occur? We're however many months towards the end of this trial, and all of a sudden the documents that are dated long before this miraculously appear in their possession and are able to be provided to the court. I think someone didn't do a very good job at shredding documents. But I in no way would support that. In no way am I suggesting that should ever take place or ever happen. Rick Sare, Emeritus Professor of Law and Criminal Justice at the University of South Australia, so you know that you can trust him based on the fact that he works at a university, Said that even if either Seven or Lehrmann were found in contempt of court over the documents, the range of penalties could range from financial penalties to jail time, though this was very rare. Depends how pissed off the judge is. Typically, a matter like this involving a media organisation and the penalty might be a formal apology, which would be the most effective, probably the most embarrassing thing a media organisation would have to do, rather than face a financial penalty, which would not be a penalty at all, really. An embarrassing back down and a mea culpa. No, don't you dare let them get away with that. A formal mea culpa? Are you kidding me? No. They can't just say, oh yeah, my bad, we did wrong. What the hell kind of precedent does that set? Oh, legacy media can get away with what they want as long as they apologise for it after the fact. No. Just no. Embarrassing back down would be more effective because it would show that their ethics are under question, and it's ethical issues that are the most important issue for media organisations, not money. Sari said that because broadcast media have statutory licences, the judge could direct the Australian Communications and Media Authority, which issues the licences, to consider the matter. In relation to potential contempt of court charges against Lehrmann, Sari said that while it is not unknown that a judge in a serious case of contempt can jail a person from the bench, I've never heard of anyone going to jail for the sort of contempt you're talking about, a breach of the rules. More likely, he says that if found in contempt, Lehrmann might face a serious admonishment from the bench. However, if Lehrmann is found to have committed perjury... Do I need to rant about perjury? We'll see what the article says. Lying from the witness box or an affidavit to the court. This was a separate offence and could be investigated by the Director of Public Prosecutions. But Sari said it was highly unlikely that the DPP would be spending half of his life and his next life charging people for lying in court. We know this. More likely, he will be, as he says, he will be found to be unreliable. His evidence will not be believed, and I'll leave it at that. Planning on attending next Friday's stream. Can't wait to meet Lady Overlawd. Awesome. I'm very happy that you're going to be there. Hang on, I need to bring that up. There we go. Very much appreciate that, and thank you for being here. It's been a while. I do think about you. I just want to let you know. Okay? Not that chat. That's not in any sort of creepy way. It's just, yeah. We DM that sort of thing, and it's been a little while, and I'm not gonna lie, I was a little concerned. Just saying. Judge asked 10 lawyer whether journalists are part of the media. What was that? No, part of the media.
I am planning on
union.
attending next Friday's stream. Can't wait to meet Lady Overlaw'd.
Holy shit, the text-to-speech actually got the name right. 10 made a complaint to the ACT last June alleging contempt of court with the documents revealed. Regarding a complaint to the police dated 7 June 2023, refer to the email sent on behalf of your client 10 Network. Understand Network 10 is concerned that material obtained under an Australian Federal Police search warrant and material produced under subpoena by Network 10 to the ACT Supreme Court appears to have been disclosed to the media on multiple occasions. The complaint alleges this disclosure is in breach of the implied Harmon undertaking, which is it's the Harmon case. It says you're not allowed to use documents obtained during discovery or in the process of other court proceedings and use them for other matters, whether it's another court matter or whether it is to be used in, just to be published generally. That applies to documents produced in proceedings under compulsion. ACT Policing has carefully considered Network 10's complaint. At this stage, there is no clear underlying criminal conduct which would give rise to the basis for the AFP to investigate the circumstances. So we're going to bury our heads in the sand as to how they got their hands on those documents in the first place. We investigated ourselves and have determined that there was no wrongdoing. Complaint alleges that this disclosure is in breach of the implied undertaking. As you may be aware, it's a matter for the presiding court to determine whether a particular contempt of civil or criminal is whether the current contempt is civil or criminal in nature, and no proceedings have yet commenced in relation to this matter. The ACT provisions govern the process by which contempt are instituted. Basically, they've said it's not our problem. It may be a criminal matter to release the documents, but you're going to have to take it up with the current judge and hope that they're going to have any care whatsoever. And we know that for the most part, government doesn't really give a shit about perjury at the moment. Mainly because they don't, it's my distinct and professional opinion that the government's not pushing for perjury to be charged because they don't want anyone to be expecting for it to be enforced if and when any of them wind up on the stand. That's my personal opinion. Makes a lot of sense in my head. May or may not. Separately, the AFP has referred the disclosure of the above information to the National Anti-Corruption Commission, who are leading an ongoing investigation as to whether any AFP members may have been involved in this conduct. That's a bunch of bunky BS? Yeah. That's what that is. Hearing's been adjourned until 2:15, so they're still out for another 45 minutes. Documents relating to the departure from 7. Court adjourns while 7 subpoenas are photocopied. She was allegedly bullied and subjected to anti-Semitism. Interesting. 7 asked to provide the affidavit on why documents weren't originally produced. What I want is a copy of the damn affidavit. I want to see what was included in that. Taylor affidavit. Bombshell detailing pic of leaked texts. Crisis talks at 7 after payment claims. Produces delete claim on Lehrmann file. Siri voice reading super chats. No one expects the Aussie Inquisition. I wish. Do you know how hard I tried with the Amber Heard stuff? I spent 8 months lobbying the government to release those documents. There were 8,000 pages that they said that were in their possession. They gave me 9 pages of not even separate, not 9 documents, 9 pages, one of which was blank. Have you checked the AI creations on Discord? Not just yet. Dropped another 2 of the more important star of your stream. Oh, let me check. So if you're not in the Discord, just so you're aware, we have a cute stuff where basically Psycho Doll will generate all sorts of images and a whole bunch of crap. So, where are we? Live stream, no. Self promo, no. Cute stuff. No, you did Angel dirty. Oh, I like the kangaroo one. That's cute. Don't mind that at all. What is happening? My web browser is having a stroke. Okay, that works. Damn, I wish I had 2 DSLRs like that. I actually quite like that. Doing better than I thought I could be. I'm glad to see both of our smiles. I'm very glad. What's going on with the browser? No clue. I think it was just because I dropped and dragged. Okay, one of those makes it look like I'm a furry. No, I think it was just because I was randomly zooming in to try and, like, show the thing, and it just kept going backwards. Okay, if I zoom beyond 140%, it starts having a hissy fit. So, you did the dog dirty. But I love that. That's a Labracadabrador. So, anyway. You know what, guys? I think I'll probably try and track down the effort. Oh, hang on. Federal Court's got it listed. I'm not going to go through it just because that's... Emojis will float above Aussie tonight. No, the emojis will be down in the bottom left-hand corner. Okay, so here's the entire affidavit, and they got a whole bunch of things. Oh, excuse me. All right, hang on. So this is the affidavit. Exhibit certificate, referred to the affidavit of Malia Ruth Saunders, which would be the lawyer acting on her behalf. Signature Sophie, yep, solicitor. Okay. I've sworn affidavits in these proceedings on the 30th of March and the 31st of March. Had dinner with the applicant and Mark Lewin at Spice Temple. During the meeting, he said, do you have any documents from the criminal proceedings? The applicant said, yes, I do. Mark and I discussed what arrangements could be made for the applicants to gain access to 7 offices in Martin Place so he could copy his documents. He didn't want to do it anywhere where it couldn't be implied that it was him. That's pretty freaking messed up. Michael J. Fox level zoom. Nice. Recall debated whether or not the applicant could sign in or use one of our passes. The applicant then accompanied Mark Lewin and I to 7's Martin Place offices. I'm going to recall how he gained access to the office. Asked me to assist the applicant with accessing a photocopier. Use my pass to log onto the computer. Observed he had in his possession a large lever arch hardback folder containing what I saw to be about 500 pages of documents printed on both sides. I viewed some of the documents that were being copied and could see that they were exhibits from the applicant's criminal proceedings. I saw by way of example of Miss Higgins' text messages where the applicant was copying the documents, and we were seen by 7 News reader Angela Cox. Damn! She said, looks like you've got a big story coming. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Referred to the chronology mailed by the applicant. After swearing my first affidavit, I have searched my Hotmail account that I rarely use. Located an email that I sent to myself from my 7 email account on both my Gmail and Hotmail accounts on April 29, 2023. It's an email I sent to Mark Lewin's Gmail account on 26th of April. I was at Spotlight's office, 7 premises, when Mark asked me to obtain a chronology from the applicant. Recall messaging him, We should clarify that although John McGowan was present that evening, he did not benefit from the Thai massages. My recollection is that he left soon after the masseuses arrived. How did we jump from emails to masseuses? All right, so there's the text messages from the producer. Mission finally comments meeting Taylor tomorrow at 9:30. Can we meet afterwards to discuss the stories per your spreadsheet? So these are all things that should have been handed over but weren't to the court. What's up? Yes, Buggles?
Where's the baby sleeping?
Baby sleeping.
Yeah.
Have you checked all your toy boxes?
Yeah, I checked.
Okay, so you checked both the pink boxes in the lounge room, as well as your toy chest in my other office.
No, I only checked the white basket.
You only check the white baskets.
Yeah.
Check the pink baskets, and then go and have a look in the toy room. Okay.
No, I'm looking.
Yeah, is it the little plastic toy baby?
Yeah.
Then it's probably in the white baskets.
No,
Look again.
No, I have the babies. I just don't have the sleeping thing.
The sleeping thing. I'm pretty sure the sleeping thing broke.
No, it didn't. This thing, and then it has this, and then.
Has this and then it, guys. It has this and then this, and I totally understand everything she's talking about. What is it? Are you talking about the bassinet that swings? Are you talking about?
No, I'm talking about. I'm talking about this baby one. This baby, I'm saying that babies can lay down. Babies.
Unfortunately, sweetheart, I have no idea. I don't even remember that toy.
It's a baby.
I know it's a baby. I'm not saying get upset about it. I'm saying I don't know. So you're just gonna have to keep looking in the toy boxes. Have a look in the pink toy boxes, and just go from there. Tell you what. Have a drink. Nope. Okay, so what is this? So this is the chronology. Why do we care about her being born? I don't care about any of this. It's all footage and stuff. I probably should read through this at some stage, but I'm not going to do it while I'm on stream because that'll just be arduous and tedious. Is there anything else in the exhibits, or is it just the chronology? Because I'm curious about the whole... Oh, sorry. Hopefully no one's having an epileptic fit right now. Security breach. Document left unsecured face up on her desk. Anonymous letter addressed to Senator Kitching received. Allegation of rape in May 2019 where an off-duty security guard brought an escorted female guest into Parliament House. The off-duty security guard called Assistant Secretary Security Branch for direction to contact against orders. Wait, what? A fake email, allegedly. I'm going to have to go through this. I'm going to have to go through it with a fine-tooth comb, so... Alright, so that was them paying for his Airbnb, $1,300 for 2 nights. It's not there. Keep looking. Thanks for Marjorie dropping another tenner. Appreciate it. Have a wonderful night, Chat and Hayden. Everyone take good care of yourselves and smile as often as you can. No, it's perfectly fine, and thank you so much for the super chat. Hugely appreciate it. Siri's going to read that in a second, but I'm just going to quickly run through this.
Have a wonderful night, Chat and Hayden. Everyone take very good care of yourself, and smile as often as you can. Sorry for interrupting the flow of the live. Heart, heart, heart.
You didn't interrupt the flow of the live at all. I'm always happy to chat, people. Always happy to chat. But look, I think that'll probably do it, given that we're at the hour and a half mark, which is usually how long the show goes for. And ordinarily it'd be a couple hours ago, but, you know, it is what it is. But I'm going to go from there because I've got a bunch of reading to do, apparently. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up for the YouTube folks to get redirected across to Joe, because I'm sure he'll be talking people's ears off by now. But, you know, maybe, just maybe, if you're interested, if you're not, if you're new, if you're whatever, maybe just double check whether or not you feel like hitting that like button. Thank you to everyone that's hit the subscribe button. She's getting cranky, so I'm going to have to try and find that toy. But as always, people, remember, you're not a piece of shit. You have value and you do contribute to society, especially those of you that have hit that like button. And, yeah, I'll catch you all on the flip side. You going to come say goodbye, or are you too cranky?
Bye-bye.
Oh, you're a cranky little thing, aren't you? All right.
I just want the sleeping
Hey,
thing.
no yelling.
I want the sleeping thing.
Okay, well, we'll find the sleeping thing, okay? Right.
It's not on my play one more.
Well, I will help you have a look, okay? All right, so that's already set up to switch across to Joe. Fuck this shit, people. Wait, no, what is it? Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yes.
You don't say that, though.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks. Don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Have kids, they said. It'll be fun.